This evening in New York, the Red Sox try to even up this high-powered series with the Yankees. The standings are dead even. For the first time since the early days of April, the Red Sox have company atop the American League East, tied at 25-10 with the Yankees. Rick Porcello on the mound trying to go to 6-0 here tonight. Hi, everybody. Beautiful night for baseball. Thanks for joining us here in the Bronx. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner, of course, is Red Sox Hall of Famer Jerry Remy. Garen Austin joining us in just a couple of moments. Yeah, Porcello 5-0 coming in. Jerry, he is all over the top 10 in pitching categories.
He really is. And, after you lose a tough game, which the Red Sox did last night, it's great to have a guy like Porcello take the mound because he's had a spectacular year so far. You can see that he has 5 wins. That's the most in the American League. Look at that. He's not walking anybody. First, he's the best with strikeout and walk ratio in the league. His ERA stands at 2.14. That's fifth. Opponents average 193, and he's already beat the Yankees once this year. What Porcello has to really concentrate on tonight is keeping this team in the ballpark. If you get a chance to do that, you got a chance to beat them. And we saw that last night when Giancarlo Stanton went out of the park twice for the Yankees. So, he's been pitching so good right now. He's the guy that you have the confidence in that every time he takes the mound, you got a real good chance to win the game.
Yep, trying to get to 6-0 tonight. Now, his opponent is typically a very tough customer, the right-hander Masahiro Tanaka. He will come in at 4-2. Now, he's already beaten the Red Sox, but they also hit him pretty hard in a couple of innings back at Fenway Park. Red Sox and the Yankees from the stadium in the Bronx coming up in just a moment. By Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. Telescope Casual Furniture, your outdoor furniture needs. Take a closer look at telescopecasual.com. And by your local New England Ford dealers. Once again, a spectacular night for a ball game. The Red Sox and the Yankees. Game number 2. This is the first time since the 31st of March that the Sox have not had first place all to themselves. Let's get out to Garen to find out what Garen Austin is working on tonight.
Thanks, OB. Well, David Price returned to Boston to meet with doctors, and today Alex Cora told us that he was diagnosed with a mild case of carpal tunnel syndrome. Now, Price will rejoin the team tomorrow. He'll play catch, throw a bullpen, and hopefully he'll be well enough to make his next start on Saturday. Here's Cora with more.
We're hoping he makes it next start. He has a mild case of carpal tunnel syndrome. I have to write it, so I say it right. He'll be here tomorrow. He'll play catch. Hopefully he throws a bullpen, and then after that we'll make a decision. If we feel that he can make his next start, he'll make it. If not, then we'll make a decision. As you guys know, we've been trying to take care of these guys from the get-go, so we'll see how it goes tomorrow. I mean, it can happen different ways. There's something that is like I said earlier today, it's about repetition, and I don't know. You throw bullpens, you throw flat ground, you throw games, you make adjustments with pitches. I don't know. The only thing is we know is this, and for me, this is quote unquote good news compared to thinking about something else.
Alex Cora, and time to look at the Red Sox lineup tonight, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts will lead things off here. He's in center field tonight with Jackie Bradley out for the evening and maybe for a couple of games in a row. Andrew Benintendi in left. Hanley Ramirez, the designated hitter, with J.D. Martinez in right field. Xander Bogaerts will be at short batting fifth. Mitch Moreland, the number 6 man, at first base. Eduardo Nunez at second. Rafael Devers at third. And Sandy Leon does the catching and bats ninth. Facing the right-hander Masahiro Tanaka, 4-2, a 4.39 ERA. And he's 2-0 in his last 3 starts.
Well, the Yankees are next to last in defense in the American League. They've made 26 errors in 35 games. Miguel Andujar will be at third base. Didi Gregorius, the shortstop. Torres at second and Walker at first. Left to right, Brett Gardner, Aaron Hicks, and Aaron Judge. And Gary Sanchez doing the catching for Tanaka.
Umpires tonight brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Corey Blazer has the plate. Stu Shearwater at first. Eric Cooper at second. Gary Cedarstrom will make the calls at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compra2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV.
Buenas noches, amigos.
And the weather 69 degrees and clear skies tonight. Absolutely no threat of rain. And one more game coming up here tomorrow evening. But that's not the end of the road trip. The Red Sox will continue on to Toronto tomorrow night at 7:05. Eduardo Rodriguez against CC Sabathia. So Mookie to lead things off. A good night last night. Said so many of them. 2 for 4 with an RBI triple.
They're going to go into the shift in the infield against Betts. They're going to play 3 players on the left side of the infield. 3 infielders.
And Tanaka's first one. That is ball 1, and we're underway. Benintendi on deck, the 1-0.
Starts him off with a couple of sliders, back-to-back sliders, and Betts fouling off the last one. Last time out for Tanaka, a no decision against the Houston Astros. And as Dave mentioned, Red Sox beat him earlier in the season, gave up 6 earned runs.
And a 1-1 to Mookie. Always have to be aware of that split. He's got an excellent one.
Yeah, that's his best pitch without question, and he very seldom lets one hang. They always seem to be bouncing in the dirt. Ball just disappears on hitters.
Mookie 292 against him lifetime with a home run. And a 1-2. You know, for a good chunk of the month of April, the Red Sox were the toughest strikeout team in the American League. But lately, those strikeouts have been piling up, much to the chagrin of Alex Cora. 14 of them last night. Though Severino was just brilliant. Able to foul that one off, not held by Sanchez, so Mookie stays alive.
Yeah, fortunately, that's one splitter that didn't do very much. It kind of stayed flat in the zone, and Betts was able to foul it off.
Now the home plate umpire has the mask off, and Aaron Boone wants to find out if that was a foul tip.
Yeah, and he's saying, who do you want me to ask? He says, the first base umpire.
Wants to get some help. I swear I heard a foul tip. And Boone coming out to talk with Corey Blazer, tonight's home plate umpire. Take a look, and we'll also listen to it.
Didn't look like there was any contact or change the direction of the baseball. Betts was starting to walk away too. Did you see him?
He was. All right, back to the 2-2. Hard hit foul. Last night, one of the few games all season long where Mookie did not score.
That happened to me one time where I didn't foul a ball off. They called it a foul ball, and I actually hit a home run in that particular bat. One of my 7.
No wonder you remember it so vividly.
Yep.
2-2 and a dribbler foul.
I mean, I missed the ball by 6 inches. Matt Keogh of the Oakland Athletics. It was a spitball he threw. It was. It really was. And I didn't come close to it. And I was walking back to the dugout, and the umpire said foul ball. I said, okay, thank you.
I knew you would remember exactly who it was.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2. Once again to Betts. And again, he spoils it.
I don't think Mookie's seen a fastball yet. It's been sliders and splitters all the way through. One fastball up and in on him.
Tanaka 8-4 lifetime against the Red Sox. ERA just over 4. And Betts battling right away. A lengthy at bat already. Here comes pitch number 10.
That was a fastball right there at 94 miles an hour by Tanaka.
The Red Sox remain one of the top 5 toughest teams to strike out in the American League, but lately a lot of 10 or more strikeout games. 3-2.
Well, you're going to run into guys like last night, Severino, where it's just pretty much lights out. I mean, he had a slider that was off the charts last night, and that's going to create a lot of strikeouts without question.
Man, he was tough and throwing 100 miles an hour. Payoff pitch, and he finally does get it. Mookie strikes out, so 1 man away.
Yeah, that's a split-fingered fastball again from Tanaka, and another very good one. He keeps it down. It starts about knee-high and then just drops right out of the strike zone. As I said, he doesn't miss very many, let many hang in the strike zone.
Benintendi next, 244 with a homer, 17 runs batted in. He was 1 for 4 with an RBI last night in a 3-2 Yankee victory. And I thought a very compelling baseball game.
It was. It was a really good ball game here last night.
A lot of hype around it, especially here in New York. And it was tense and taut throughout. 0-2. Benintendi does have 1 career home run against Tanaka. He's 4 for 16 against the right-hander from Japan. Popped him up into center. Hicks has all night to get under. 2 down. Hanley Ramirez will be next, and again tomorrow night, because everybody has moved up a day in a rotation because of the David Price injury, it'll be Eduardo Rodriguez against CC Sabathia. They are both undefeated. CC 2-0, Erod 3-0. Sabathia last year beat the Red Sox 4 times.
I guess it's pretty good news on David Price. The injury that he has could have been a lot worse than that.
Oh, sure. No other way to look at that. Bases empty, 2 down. Hanley with 3 career home runs against Tanaka. And the 0-1 made him jump back out of the way.
Little two-seam fastball that time, running it back inside on Hanley. Got a lot of pitches, Tanaka. He'll throw about 5-6 different pitches.
J.D. Martinez on deck. He's batting out of the cleanup spot. Go back to April 11 at Fenway Park. Hanley taking on Tanaka. No doubter. One of his 3 lifetime shots against Masahiro Tanaka. Roller, but a foul ball.
Continues to try to go inside with that two-seam fastball against Ramirez, trying to tie him up on the inside part of the plate. He'll throw the cross-seam and he'll throw the two-seam, and there you see it running back in on Hanley and just tops it that time.
Fans continue to make their way into Yankee Stadium. About 45,000 there last night.
This might be the splitter.
Popped up foul. He spoiled that one.
That wasn't a real good one. That's one that did nothing. It just stayed over the middle of the plate, and Hanley fouls it back. There you see the split grip, and really no dip in that one.
Two down, the 1-2. Just got a piece. So Hanley stays alive. It's been something of a nemesis last couple of years against the Yankees. Since a walk-off home run against them September 15 of 2016, he leads the majors with 9 home runs against the Yankees and 19 RBIs. He's had a lot of good at bats against New York.
Coming with the splitter.
Swung on and missed. It rolls away from Sanchez, but he'll lob it onto first base and complete the strikeout. So Tanaka fans 2 to get his night underway. Rick Porcello about to take to the hill. Brett Gardner leading off in left field. Aaron Judge in right. Didi Gregorius in short. Giancarlo Stanton, the designated hitter, with Gary Sanchez doing the catching. Aaron Hicks will follow. He's in center. Neil Walker is at first base. Both of those guys are switch hitters. Andujar at third and Torres at second base up against the right-hander Rick Porcello. 5-0, a .214 earned run average. Starting pitcher presented by New England Audi dealers. Gardner scuffling along at 198.
Second start for Porcello this year against the Yankees. He beat him back at Fenway Park. 7 innings in that game, 2 hits and no runs.
Remember, that was the game he came back after the rain delay.
That's correct. That's right. Good memory, Dave.
With the no-hitter intact still. Picked up the win. I think he showed a lot of people something there. That is rare, especially that early in the season, for a starter to come back after delay. That's a gap shot. Headed toward the alley. Back there off the wall. Betts will play it and fire it, but it's a walk-in double for Gardner.
Now, Gardner's had pretty good success against Porcello. 286 in his career with a couple of home runs, and almost had number 3 right off the top of the wall. Played on one hop by Betts, but the leadoff double by Brett Gardner, who has really been struggling. It had been 4 for his last 22 before this.
So right away, man, at second for Judge, hitting .295, 8 homers. He's driven in 24. He was 1 for 4 last night with a game-winning RBI, and that's up the middle for a base hit. Charged by Betts. Gardner rounding third. Here comes Mookie up and gunning to home plate, and it's a bit offline. The run is in. Judge at it again, just like that. 1-0 New York.
I think Porcello may be a little upset with himself for trying to let this ball go through. It looked like he had a chance to reach down and grab it, but he decided to let it go by. As you can, no, he had no chance. I apologize. That was a barehanded play. You don't want to make that play if you're a pitcher. And goes right up the middle. Gardner has no problem scoring, so the Yankees off quickly in this one. I originally thought the ball was to the glove side, but it was not. It was to the throwing hand side.
So Gardner in to score. 1-0 Yankees. That'll bring up Gregorius. He's having a very good year. 301, 10 homers, 30 runs batted in. Yankees have won 16 out of 17 games. It's their best 17-game run in 65 years. And 7 in a row. Three-man shift on the right. A little bit of a skid here for Gregorius, and he hasn't had many the last couple of seasons, but he's 0 for his last 15. Stand on deck. And the 0-2.
Tried to get him to chase that elevated fastball up and away, but he would not. Got to keep an eye on Judge at first base. Every now and then he'll try to surprise you with a stolen base. He's got a couple. He's been thrown out one time.
Holding here and cut on and miss. Down he goes, 94 miles an hour.
Well, a good fastball, good live fastball that time from Porcello at 94. Just threw it right by Gregorius. He does not strike out very much. That's only the 20th time this year he struck out. The Red Sox defense is 5th in the league. Rafael Devers at third base. Xander Bogaerts the shortstop. Nunez at second. Moreland at first. Left to right. Benintendi, Betts, Martinez, and Sandy Leon doing the catching.
Giancarlo Stanton now to DH. Homered twice here last night. Aaron Boone called his line drive down the left field line in the second inning a superhero swing. It got out so quickly. He said when he connects, comes off differently. And 2 of those are Pomeranz. Yankees went on to win 3-2. Ground ball. There's Nunez to feed Bogaerts 1 on to first. The Red Sox turn a double play to complete the inning. 1-0 New York. Our Nesson family has been deeply saddened by the sudden passing of Bernie Brighter, the husband of network executive Mary Brighter. Bernie loved baseball. He was an ardent Yankees fan. So enjoyed this rivalry. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, Mary, and the Brighter and Overland families. And the Yankees have a 1-0 lead after 1. Martinez to lead off against Tanaka. This is a guy he likes to see. JD hits him well. 7 for 12, and not only 7 for 12, 3 home runs against the starter. Bogaerts and then Moreland after JD Martinez. Hit a grand slam against him back on April 11th.
Straight away center field for Martinez on that one.
One of 6 for the Red Sox so far in 2018, leading the majors. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. His numbers against Tanaka, including 7 RBIs and a couple of doubles. One, 2. Routine ground ball to Gregorius. Fast out here in the second inning, 1 away. And now comes Xander Bogaerts. And Jerry, you were talking about this on our way in to New York from Texas about probably the most underrated aspect of the Yankees' success has been their pitching. 16-1 now, and their ERA as a staff over that time is 2.06.
Yeah, they've been tough. You know, Sabathia, Tanaka, right down the line. Severino last night, and their bullpen has been outstanding. They got some heavy-duty arms out in that bullpen.
Yeah, the hardest pitch, the fastest pitch thrown in the majors this season was thrown last night here at Yankee Stadium. It was thrown by Aroldis Chapman, 103.3. That's the pitch that hit Jackie Bradley and put him aboard in the 9th inning.
That's a pitch right there that Bogaerts has been having problems with, laying off that breaking ball that's down and off the plate. He did that time to run the count to 2 balls and no strikes.
Just missed with that one. Our twisted but true fact, as mentioned, Jackie Bradley hit by Chapman. The pitch was 103.3, hardest all season by StatCast. Mike Petrillo of MLB.com reporting. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. Better have some padding.
Now Jackie getting a night off, maybe tomorrow off, trying to get things right offensively. They miss his defense, there's no question about that, but he is really struggling at the plate right now.
Good count, 3-1. Got a piece to hang. Foul ball on Sanchez, and a count 3-2.
Yeah, you expect the fastball on the 3-1 count. You don't get it. You get the split-fingered fastball and just foul it off.
Moreland on deck. Yankees up 1-0 here in the second. Hard hit toward the hole, a dive and a miss by Andujar, and a base hit. Red Sox with their first base knock tonight. Let's go down to Garrett Austin.
Thanks, Obi. Well, the Red Sox announced that top prospect Jake Room will undergo Tommy John surgery. I'll have a little bit more on that. And this is Brian Johnson's first taste of the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry at Yankee Stadium. And today was a very special day in Roxbury, guys, and I'll have all the details.
Thanks, Garrett. Well, the Red Sox with a base runner, first of the night against Tanaka. And Mitch Moreland to dig in. 347, 5 home runs for Mitch. And a 4-game hitting streak. So Xander Bogaerts aboard at first with a short lead. During the 4-game hit streak, Moreland has gone 10 for 17 with 3 homers and 6 RBIs.
Now they played him the pull on the infield, as you can see, but shade him slightly to the opposite field in the outfield.
Two 2-0. Nunez, who had a nice night last night. Couple of hits, scored a couple of runs. He's up next. Crowd continues to come into Yankee Stadium on a very pretty night. Tanaka's 2-0. There's a high fly ball driven deep into right. Judge back, turning around. That ball is gone, and a home run for Mitch Moreland, his 6th of the year. I don't think he could be much hotter than he is right now. A 2-run shot, and the Red Sox take an early lead.
And that's what Alex Cora was talking about right there. You know, getting Moreland in the lineup. He's been swinging the bat so well. He gets a fastball on a 2-0 count, a 2-seamer that runs right back over the plate and pulls it for the home run into the Yankee bullpen. I mean, this guy right now has to be playing.
4 home runs and 8 RBIs in his last 5 games now. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox home run this season. We'll pop into right. Here comes Judge coming on. He'll make the play. And don't forget, all summer long, you can stop by your local Speedway and quench your thirst with a refreshing Speedy Freeze. I'd love to hear the argument that he shouldn't be in the lineup.
Well, you can't make one right now. I mean, this guy's swinging the bat so well, he's got to play, and he's got to play every day.
Rafael Devers at 252 with 6 home runs. So the Sox in front. Some 5-game hitting streak. And the 1-0.
Slider, backdoor slider that time for Tanaka.
Bit of a skid here for Devers. He's 0 for his last 12. And he lays off. Good take there. 2-1.
Devers is looking at Sanchez and said, "You think that's a strike? Are you kidding me?"
Sandy Leon on deck. And a roller foul. Well, Rafael with 6 home runs, 4 of them have come on the road. And a 2-2 from Tanaka. Up the middle, he kicks it, but there's no one home at third base, and that'll be a base hit for Rafael Devers. Sox have their 3rd hit of the inning.
That split-fingered fastball, and Devers goes right down there to get it, rifles it right back up the middle and off the foot of Tanaka. They're in the shift, as you can see, so there's really nobody in that area. Once that ball deflects toward third base, if they've been playing straight up, the third base would have been right there. But not with the shift on.
Sends up Sandy Leon for the first time tonight. Big day on Sunday in Texas. Season high with 3 RBIs, including a 2-out 3-run homer. His first of the season. Two down, 2 runs in.
Well, on Sunday down in Texas. About 10 rows up with Sandy Leon. First of the season.
Usually a very good sign when Sandy drives in a run. Sox are 19-8. Going back to the beginning of 2017 when he drives in at least 1 run. Been a bit of a good luck charm. The looper to center field, coming on. Hicks coming on. He won't get to it. It drops in. A slip here by Devers, but he has to get back to second. So the Red Sox with back-to-back singles with 2 down. Back up to the top of the order now, Mookie Betts.
That's big. You know, you get 2 hits from the 8 and 9 guy, and you keep the inning alive and get Betts to the plate. Another 2-seam fastball toward the end of the bat. That's why it just drops in front of Hicks out in center field. This ball you can't really drive very far, and little slip as you see from Devers, but got to sharpen those blades.
So 2 men aboard for Mookie. He had quite a battle in the first inning with Tanaka. He wound up striking out. The Major League's home run leader with 13. Mookie also leading the majors outright in runs scored, extra base hits, total bases, batting average, slugging percentage, and OPS.
Other than that, he hadn't done very much this year.
It's been a little off. Two down, 2 on, 2-1 Red Sox. Throw down to second base, diving back, Rafael Devers.
Those are the guys you try to pick off. You know, the guys that don't run real well because they try to get a couple of extra steps at second base so they can score on a base hit. The speedy guys, they really, you know, you really don't try to pick those guys off because, you know, they're so quick they get back to the bag easy. But the bigger guys, the slower guys, they try to get that little extra.
Sox have 4 hits here in the second inning against Masahiro Tanaka. Betts trying to do some damage. That
Look
knocks
out.
him down. Mookie taking his seat.
That was very close. Right up at the head of Mookie Betts. And he just turns out of the way. Now the question is that payback for what happened in Boston? My answer to that is no. With men on base, I would say absolutely not. But that is a very dangerous pitch.
Alex Cora's taking a look at something here. The Red Sox thinking it might have nipped him. You know, like on the jersey. Yeah, around the shoulder there.
Might have. Very close, but they're not going to challenge it.
So to count 2-1. Devers at second, Leone at first. Ground ball right to third, scooped up by Andujar to go to second. A little bit of a lunge, but got him. He held the bag to retire the side, but Moreland strikes again, and the Red Sox have a 2-1 lead.
Because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Well, the Sox have jumped out in front thanks to that man, Mitch Moreland, red hot. His 2-run homer has delivered the Red Sox a 2-1 lead. As we go to the bottom half of the second inning here at Yankee Stadium, Gary Sanchez to lead off. Hicks and Walker will do battle with Rick Porcello as well in this inning. Sanchez only hitting a .193, but he does have 9 home runs. Let's take a closer look now at Mookie Betts and as to whether that pitch may have got him on the uniform.
I don't think it did.
Time granted here.
Porcello's getting ticked off, I can tell you that right now.
Slowing this down as much as we can. Blew it up. I'm with you. I don't think it hit him. Comebacker. Porcello will trot over and get the out. So Sanchez is gone. 1 away.
I'm saying Porcello was getting ticked off because Sanchez was taking forever to get in the box. Porcello was ready to go after 3 outs. And then he stepped out against him again because he knows he likes to work quickly. And Rick was getting a little tired of that act.
I don't think he was thrilled watching Mookie Betts have to take his seat either on a high and tight pitch.
Nobody is.
Hicks hitting .231 with 2 homers. And he has scuffled against Rick Porcello, 4 for 27. That's a 148 lifetime. Switch hitter batting lefty, 1 down. Porcello beat the Rangers in Texas his last time out, pitched really well. 5-1 victory, allowing just 3 hits in 6 innings. He really was in total command. He struck out 8. That's the kind of season it has been for the right-hander from New Jersey. Here's the 2-0.
A changeup by Porcello on the 2-0 count.
And every once in a while he'll mix in the slowest of curveballs, most tantalizing pitch. Oftentimes not for strike. 2-1. Evens up the count. Working with Sandy Leon tonight. 3-2. Last time out he walked 1 man. To start before that he didn't walk anybody. And he's had 3 outings this season where he did not walk a soul. But he has walked this man. He's put on Hicks.
Tried back-to-back sliders to get him and eventually lost him, and Hicks makes his way to first base with the walk.
Jerry, it's winning Wednesday.
Oh, good.
If the Red Sox win tonight, Plainridge Park Casino will donate $777 to the Relay for Life of North Attleboro.
Love winning Wednesday.
Oh, I know you do.
I thought about that as soon as I woke up this morning. It's winning Wednesday.
Wednesday. Here's Neil Walker, 198, no homers, 8 runs batted in, although lately swinging a much better bat than that. Walker, a March pickup. He's had good power in his career. 5 for 11 with 7 runs in his last 5 games. So he's been getting on and getting in.
Hicks will also run at first base. He's got 3 steals on the season.
Popped up, twisting foul out of play.
I really believe if you're playing against Porcello, any opportunity you get to hit and run or steal, you try to do it, but he's tough to run on. So because he's, a lot of times a ground ball pitcher gets a lot of ground balls, and you want to stay away from double plays. Those are the kind of guys you like to hit and run against.
Here's the 0-2. Leon thought about firing down to first base, but did not.
Every time Sandy gets a high fastball like that, and he's got a left-hander at the plate, he'll always take a peek down at first base and see if there's a pickoff opportunity there.
One on and 1 out. Runner holding. And it's in there for strike 3. He froze him. He's going to debate it with Corey Blazer, but he's the second strikeout victim of Porcello.
Yeah, take it back to the bench because that was a good pitch. 2-seam fastball. Watch it come back and come back right to the corner. You give up on it as a left-hander. He's actually jumping out of the way. And that ball comes back and gets plenty of the plate.
Greg Maddux made a living with that pitch all the way to Cooperstown. It's a great pitch. So here's Andujar at 273, 3 homers. Back in on the dive is Hicks. Cincinnati beat the Mets today 2-1. You see where the Mets got hit for batting out of order?
That's unbelievable at the major league level,
isn't it? Mickey Callaway is their rookie manager, but oftentimes it's what the bench coach gets blamed for that.
And the lineup's right there. You know, I mean, it's hard to miss.
Yep. Hicks with a decent lead over there at first base, 2 down. And long set, and he fires toward the hole. A sliding stab. Devers trying to get rid of it, but he can't, and everybody's going to be safe. It'll be a base hit for Andujar, and they're on at first and second.
Yeah, wise choice too by Devers to hold on. It looked like he made a nice diving play on that, kept the ball from going into left field, but it looked like he wanted to throw it somewhere when he got up, and that would have been a big mistake. Looking toward first base, but no chance.
They're going to send that runner back to second base. Hicks is going to have to go back. He went sliding into third base, but time was out.
He's looking around and sees nobody covering third base, but he didn't realize time had been called.
So first and second, 2 down. Labor Torres at .333 and a couple of home runs. Talk about good luck charms. The Yankees are 15-1 since he started in the lineup. Red Sox ahead 2-1. Porcello trying to hold. That's a wild swing and a miss for strike 1.
Dave, I think you could steal the base with timeout.
Well, you're giving me a lot of credit. Torres, 21 years old, hit a 3-run walk-off home run on Sunday to beat Cleveland. There goes the runner, and dropped by Leon, and he does wind up at third base. Hicks in there safely.
That's a base running mistake for the runner at first base. He's got to be going too. I mean, if they got a double steal on, he's running on his own. There's no question about that. But the job when you're a trail runner is to watch the man at second base. If he goes, you've got to go. That keeps the force play in order in the middle of the infield, which is big.
Andujar staying at home. 2 down.
You got a guy in front of you that runs. You always have to check him out if you're the trail runner.
One to Torres.
A couple of beautiful sliders to him off the outside part of the plate that he's chasing.
Brett Gardner on deck. He has doubled and scored in this one.
It's like back to the fastball away.
First and third for New York. 2 down on a 2-2. He's filled up the count now, the number 9 hitter.
Yeah, he missed that time. He wanted to go back away and get him to chase that pitch just off the outside part of the plate, but left it over the middle, but down. You can see where Leon is set up. Had to come back and backhand that ball. So the runner at first off on the 3-2 count.
Three-two. Runner at first goes, rolled toward third. Devers will fire on the move and got him. It was held. Moreland sticking with the base to retire the side. New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado.
A beautiful stretch at first base by Mitch Moreland on this play here. Look at that. Keeps contact with the bag and is able to make the catch. He can pick it over there at first base without question.
He has saved several errors this season by the Red Sox infield. So the Sox, because of his home run, have a 2-1 lead as we bring you the third inning. Delighted to be joined by Alex Spear of the Boston Globe as Tanaka goes back to work against Benintendi, Ramirez, and Martinez. Alex, thanks for being with us tonight. Obviously today the news came out as to what is bothering David Price, the carpal tunnel syndrome. I think that surprised a lot of people. For the Red Sox, good news, I guess, all things considered. What are your thoughts on this?
It would certainly qualify as something of a best case scenario if indeed it is carpal tunnel and nothing else, because that's something that that's mostly a pain tolerance issue. There have been guys, I remember Joel Zumaya of the Tigers landed on the disabled list due to carpal tunnel maybe about a decade ago, and then it was associated with too much Guitar Hero that he'd been playing, I believe. Maybe Carlos Zambrano had also been excessively video gaming. So the natural association is to think it might be video games. Well, carpal tunnel can have a bunch of different causes, but if that is what it is, then it's a treatable rather than a long-term issue. The question is really whether or not carpal tunnel rules out any of the other considerations that might be possibilities for that numbness that he was experiencing in the hand.
Sure, like an elbow.
Like an elbow or thoracic outlet syndrome, which is kind of the one that, talking to medical people around the game who don't have firsthand knowledge of Price's situation, that was kind of a clubhouse leader of guessing as to what could be causing some of the tingling based on symptoms that he's had. But again, that was speculation by people who haven't had their hands on him.
3-2 on Benintendi, 0 for 1 with a fly to center. And he's going to take ball 4, so a good start for the Red Sox here in the third inning against Tanaka. I think what's confused some people is when David went through that numbness in the hand in Boston, the temperatures were incredibly cold. It was miserable, and he felt he couldn't get a grip on the ball, and he had the tingling sensation and all that. He said later it's something he grew up with, you know, in his hands and his feet. Is this connected in any way?
It could be. Sometimes carpal tunnel is a sign of a general circulatory problem that exists, and that Price has indicated that he has had to wrestle with at different times in his life. Whether or not that's the actual cause in this case, I can't say. We might know more tomorrow when David Price is here and probably talking to us about the condition. But you know, it is concerning for the Red Sox, I would think, that this has now manifested itself in multiple starts, and it wasn't just super cold climates. It was also when he was pitching a side session in Texas.
So the plan is to have him come and throw tomorrow here at Yankee Stadium and then go from there, right?
It looks like it, yeah. They'll let his arm and how he feels kind of dictate the plan moving forward, and whether or not he even misses a start or another start, I guess.
Hanley, the batter, struck out in the first inning. Alex Spear, our guest, as we talk about David Price and his issues. Now, Jackie Bradley has issues at the plate, having a devil of a time with it in a 3 for 36, 3 strikeouts last night. Batting averages dipped down to 173. Out of the lineup, obviously, tonight. I think there's reason to think he might also sit tomorrow.
With CC Sabathia on the hill, and he's obviously struggled a lot against lefties.
Maybe a double play ball. Gregorius to Torres. Close, and he got him at first base for the twin killing. So 2 away here for the Sox in the third inning. But you've got Moreland playing tonight. And the way he is swinging the bat, as Jerry said, and the ball had practically just landed in the bullpen when he said this, you've got to have him in the lineup.
He's slugging almost 700 right now. He is absolutely, he's been a difference maker in their lineup. He looks a lot like the guy who was outstanding for the Red Sox last year until he broke that toe in mid-June. I think that we should reflect on the fact that this isn't just an isolated incident of him hitting really well. He was also in a really good place last year before that injury. So he looks like a really valuable contributor, as you pointed out, with that stretch at the end of last inning. He's also a defensive upgrade at first base.
Yeah, you know, I believe right now the way he's swinging the bat, you're playing against right-handers and left-handers. It doesn't matter.
I tend to agree against left-handers especially. Well, you play him a lot against righties because he's really good against them, but he's been good against lefties this year too. I think that he has an OPS over 900 against lefties, and you've seen how desperately the Red Sox have struggled with Bradley, with Benintendi, with a lot of their left-handed hitters struggling against lefties this year.
He's hitting .333 with a home run against lefties. They're doing just fine.
And he was good against them last year pre-injury as well, which was a departure from career norms that he had had in Texas before that. But yeah, he's pretty clearly in a locked-in place.
JD Martinez 0 for 1. He is grounded to short. Red Sox on top here 2-1. They've out hit the Yankees 4-3. Middle game of the 3-game series. So much hype in this series.
A lot of excitement. I mean, this is one of the, you rarely, if ever, see teams with records like this facing off against one another. You know, when you have two teams that have played 700 ball, even though it's just the first 5 to 6 weeks of the season, that puts a lot of buzz into things. And when they've had a fight that occurred in the not too distant past.
Yankees, you know, I mean, you got to give it to them. They're a very, very good ball club. They're strong in just about every area. The area I think that goes overlooked is their pitching. Their pitching, and especially their bullpen, has been great.
Honestly, both sides of there, the rotation, honestly, has been a bigger surprise than the bullpen. We knew the bullpen would strike out a ton of guys. Their rotation has been nails.
Could not get him to chase there. Off the outside corner.
It shows you the difference in umpires. Last night, that would have been a strike with Cetus from behind the plate. Tonight, it's not. And it shouldn't be. It's off the outside part of the plate, but those were going as strikes last night.
Corey Blazer, young umpire behind the plate here tonight. Bases empty, 3-2 from Tanaka. And he walked him. And that was close, and it looked like Tanaka was kind of begging for that one. So second walk in the inning by Masahiro Tanaka will send up Xander Bogaerts. And this is another guy right now, Alex, I think has to get going again, because Xander has hit a bit of a skid here. Facing a tough opponent in Tanaka, guy's been difficult on him, but he does have a base hit tonight.
You've seen the strikeout numbers starting to increase with Xander again, something that he had been really good at controlling. He had been doing so much damage in 2 strike counts early in the season, and then now in the last week and a half, you've seen him expanding the strike zone with 2 strikes. They're starting to attack him with those sliders again in those situations, so he has to make the counter adjustment.
Martinez aboard, and that is up the middle for a base hit. Well, he's doing some fine work tonight at the plate. He is 2 for 2, first and second for Mitch Moreland.
You know, I came into the game saying that Tanaka doesn't hang many splitters, but that one was a little bit of a hanger there. Didn't get the real bite in it that he usually does, and he's done that about 3 times tonight.
Interesting to see Bogaerts swinging at a first pitch and hitting it for a single. That is something that I remember having a conversation with him last year where he said, I know that they're throwing first pitches to me that are right down the middle, and I can't bring myself to swing at them. Yep. That became such an area of emphasis. We heard it from Alex Cora all throughout the spring with everyone, but Bogaerts in particular, they wanted to see him getting more aggressive early in the counts. There's a case where it rewards him.
Well, here comes that man again, Mitch Moreland, 2-run homer in the second inning. Could not be hotter with the bat. Red Sox ahead 2-1 after his bomb. And looking to add on with 2 out here against Tanaka. He goes after the very first pitch. Time for the carrying the freight moment, brought to you by Old Dominion.
Well, he got the fastball down and in that time, and he took it into that bullpen of the New York Yankees, and that's what he's been doing. Combine that with his glove work, and Red Sox got a very productive first baseman right now, offensively and defensively.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. 1 strike on Mitch. Martinez and Bogaerts aboard. Alex, what about what's going on with Baltimore? Any chance they'll make a change?
It's becoming it's hard to imagine them making it through this year without something drastic happening, and whether or not that starts with the players or whether or not that ends up being management and personnel it's a fair question, but it's got to all be on the table. And we're already, you know, the thing we don't know is that there seems to be a transition in the ownership level with Peter Angelos' son John taking on more and more responsibility. So we don't necessarily know what his proclivities are. It's been honestly startling that the Orioles have been as stable as they have for as long as they have, because the before Dan Duquette and Buck Showalter, they were a merry-go-round of managers and front offices. It seems to have stabilized for the time being, but they are falling out of it really quickly, and they're going to have to make major change.
8-27 right now. Well, the crowd rising again around Yankee Stadium with 2 strikes on Moreland. And Tanaka from the stretch.
I've heard reports and rumors, I should say, that Showalter wants to become a general manager.
There had been talk, even when Duquette was hired, that Showalter might even consider the possibility of being a manager/GM, which is almost unfathomable. I mean, that just doesn't happen in baseball in this era. But he's very hands-on in terms of personnel decisions for a manager, so it wouldn't be an unnatural thing for him to take on that role.
Well, he did that in Arizona, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, built the franchise.
1-2 to Moreland. And Baltimore's already 17 games out of first place.
It's going to be a really interesting year from the standpoint of who blows up their rosters and how early, because we're looking at a drastic split between haves and have-nots in baseball right now, where you have some super teams and then you have some teams that are just going to fall hopelessly out of it very, very early. You might see some major trades earlier in the season than you have in the past.
Well, both of these clubs have been, as you described them, super teams at 25 and 10. Pretty good battle here between Moreland and Tanaka, the 2-2. He struck him out, and that'll retire the side. Alex, always great to visit with you. Thanks so much.
Good to see you guys. Thanks a lot.
Alex Spear of the Boston Globe. Red Sox still on top here, 2-1. '11 here from GM Don Sweeney and head coach Bruce Cassidy on the series against Tampa. Catch the Bruins press conference tomorrow morning at 11 on NESN or stream it live on the NESN Go app. Jerry Remy, Dave O'Brien, Garen Austin with you from Yankee Stadium. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and Porcello gets the top of the order, and Gardner's already doubled off him and committed a score on the Aaron Judge base hit. That was in the 1st inning. Red Sox came right back. And in the 2nd inning, Mitch Moreland cracked a 2-run homer to score Xander Bogaerts in front of him. Sox just threatened but could not score again against Tanaka. In the 2nd inning, the Yankees put a couple of base runners on but couldn't score against Porcello. 2-0. Toward left center this time, and that's going to drop down for a base hit. Ben intending to cut it. Gardner still runs very well. He's into second base with a double. So he's 2 for 2 with 2 extra base hits tonight.
Yeah, both hits coming out fastballs. Just missed a home run back in the first inning. Now he goes to left center field on a fastball. He's always had good success, pretty darn good success against Porcello, and that continues here tonight. Plus always hustling is Brett Gardner, and stand-up double.
He's a guy who's gotten better and better as the years have rolled on, hasn't he?
He certainly has. He's a real rock in their lineup, you know, and he has been for a long time now.
A leadoff double brings up Judge. He has an RBI single. He drove in Gardner after he doubled in the first inning. Judge on Friday against Cleveland hit his 64th career home run. That was in just 214 games. The fewest games to reach that mark in baseball history. We missed that one by a mile, though. Only count 1-1.
That's that curveball we talk about from Porcello, where he takes something off it and just slows up. Nunez holding Gardner on very closely at second base.
1-1 to Judge. Porcello's had a lot of good games against the Yankees in his career. He's 9-8, and ERA just over 3.09. Including one this season. He falls behind here now. 3-1 on him. Gregorius would be next.
Yeah, trying to run that two-seamer back into the hands of Aaron Judge.
Tying run at second for New York. And he puts him on. That's the second walk issued by Rick tonight. And they're on at first and second for Gregorius.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. Adam, Wake, and Steve will break down the game. You'll hear from Rick Porcello and Alex Cora. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason.
Well, Didi Gregorius has been Mr. RBI so far this season. He has 30 of them, which is 5th in the majors. 0 for 1 tonight. Porcello struck him out first inning. And a big crowd already chanting for him. Broken back ground ball. Moreland has that. Took a look down at second. He'll take the certain out at first base as the runners move up. 1 man out. So Gardner down to third and Judge into second, and here comes Stanton. Now Porcello has already gotten a double play out of him.
Red Sox obviously with the 1 out will play the infield back, trying to prevent 2 runs from scoring on any kind of ground ball base hit.
Tried to hold up, foul tipped, and that's a strike.
Two-seam fastball coming right back in on the hands of Giancarlo Stanton.
Already 3 multi-home run games this season. And he really hasn't started getting rolling yet. Here's the 0-1.
One thing Porcello would love here is a strikeout, and Stanton has struck out 53 times so far this season.
Sanchez, the on-deck hitter. Sox up 2-1, but second and third, 1 away for New York. And he ran it in, 2-1. acquired from Miami in December. His contract runs through 2027. That's in there for a strike. 2-2. Two very different home runs last night, and neither one of those would have been a home run at Fenway Park. In the first one, he hit the daylights out of it, but that would have been a single off the wall at Fenway. One down, a 2-2. Pokes that on the line. That's going to keep on bouncing up against the fence. Gardner is in. Judge will score. Here's the play at second. It's offline. And it's the Yankees on the attack, taking the lead 3-2.
Stanton has showed us in the last couple of nights that he'll use the opposite field. He gets the fastball away that time, gets his hands above the ball, and just flicks it very hard on a line to the opposite field. I mean, when the ball leaves his bat, it leaves quickly. Starting to feel more comfortable here in New York.
Yep, he looks it. Those boos of April, a distant memory now, and here comes Sanchez. 0 for 1 with a comebacker to Rick Porcello. Only one down, and the Yankees in front now, 3-2.
Here we go again. Sanchez taking forever to get in there. Porcello ready to pitch.
Sanchez just 1 for 12 against Rick in his career.
Good play by Sandy Leon. Big curveball that time, and he's able to block it and keep Stanton at second base. Watch this ball. It really never was a strike. It started outside and then bounced, and somehow Leon gets over there and he's able to do a great job to knock that ball down.
Sanchez with 9 home runs. Here's the 1-0. Started the night hitting just 193. Does have Stanton now on at second. That's a strike.
A different kind of curveball there. One he throws directly at Sanchez and breaks and hits the inside corner.
It's now even at 5 apiece. Here's the 1-2 to Sanchez. Ground ball toward the hole, safely through for a base hit. Stand to second. He'll stop there. That's their third hit in the inning off Porcello, and they're safely on at first and third.
Sanchez, who had been 3 for his last 21, gets a slider that time for Porcello and puts it in that hole between third and short. Really didn't spin as much as Porcello would like it to, and able to make contact on that was Sanchez. They hold Stan at third base. The Red Sox here desperately need a ground ball to get a double play and get out of this mess.
Well, he got one of those in the first inning from Stanton, 4-6-3 to get out of that inning. Needs another one now from Hicks, who has walked and stolen a base. Two doubles, a walk, and a single in the inning against the Sox right-hander. And a high twisting fly down the left field line. On the run, Benintendi, but into foul ground. He can't get to it. Nothing and 1 on Hicks. A lot of folks were talking after the game. You and I talked about it in game, Jerry, about the crowd here last night and the playoff kind of atmosphere in game one. It's back again.
Yeah, they're excited, man. You know, their team is playing very, very well, and they're responding to that. Been a great start by both organizations, the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Oh, 1 on the way. He'll step off. When Joe Kelly came in the game, obviously the boos were deafening. Joe had a lot of fun with it. He said he thought it was great. It felt like the playoffs. But Stanton was inside getting ready. He said, I didn't see it. I heard it through the walls. That's how loud it was. Fly ball dead away center. Backing up Mookie Betts. He's got room. Now in to make the catch. Tagging up at third. Here comes Stanton in to score. And the Yankees lead it 4-2. RBI for Hicks is 12th.
That's a good job by Hicks, you know, keeping the ball off the ground and getting a ball that he can lift and lift deep enough to get that run home from third base. Stay away from the double play, get a run home.
So thus far, a 3-run third inning for New York brings up Neil Walker. He's the 7th man to bat in the inning. Yankees up 4-2. He lets it go downstairs, and the count moves to 2-0 on Walker. There's a switch hitter. Walker, over 9 years in the majors, has played for the Pirates, the Mets, and the Brewers, and now the Yankees. Originally drafted by Pittsburgh in the first round of the 04 draft. That's him popping the bat. And a high pop-up. Mookie Betts coming in. Mookie right there to retire the side, but the Yankees get 3 and now lead it 4-2. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Alfresco Chicken. And by Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox.
And those cars coming toward us, that's how we get home at night from Yankee Stadium, going in that direction.
And it's a little dicey most of the time. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, very busy out there.
We always manage to get back to the hotel. Nunez will lead things off here. Top half of the fourth, 4-2 New York. Had a great visit from Mike Lupica before the game. Multi-talented Mike Lupica, great writer, huge Red Sox fan. He's asking Jerry all sorts of questions and stuff about 1967, what you guys remembered.
Yeah, it was very nice from the drop in.
Huge fan.
And quite a memory of the 67 team, too.
Yep, as do you. Nunez 0 for 1, a fly to right. Then it'll be Devers and Leon against Tanaka. Fly ball center field, practically right at Hicks for the out, one away. Time now for a social stretch with Casey. Casey, what is this connection between Ichiro and Tom Brady?
I'm going to go and say nothing. So during spring training in 2017, now Mariners front office member Ichiro Suzuki got a text from an unknown number. This mystery guy, he said he had heard about Ichiro's elaborate stretching routine and he wanted to meet with them about it. Oh yeah, and he got his number from Alex Rodriguez. So definitely not some rando, right? Ichiro was telling one of his coaches then about the text, and the coach asked if the guy said his name, to which Ichiro replied, some guy named Tom Brady, who the expletive is Tom Brady. Uh-oh, he might not want to know about that stretching routine anymore.
Some guy named Tom Brady. Yeah, all right. Well, I hope he winds up helping him out. I've heard about the stretching routine. It's pretty amazing as Rafael Devers laces a base hit. He's been doing it since he was a teenager, Ichiro. And he'll take like the sawed-off end of a broom handle and he'll jam it into his calf muscles and his thigh muscles. And people who are watching it are like, oh my God, that's very uncomfortable. It's got to really hurt. I don't know if Brady's going to wind up doing that. But he's been doing it for 35 years, Ichiro.
He's going to be the only guy in the United States that doesn't know any about
Right.
Tom Brady.
Sandy is 1 for 1 with a base hit. Red Sox with another hit. That is 6 of them now against Tanaka. Mookie Betts on deck. Tanaka so far has had only one easy inning. That was the first. Got Red Sox 1-2-3, but Sox got 4 hits off him in the second. Couple of walks and a base hit in the third.
They'll be coming inside right here.
Snap toss down, almost thrown away. Walker hauls it in and back in Devers.
Little trick by the catcher Sanchez. You'll see him tap the umpire when he goes down in his crouch. That we're coming inside. That's the pickoff attempt right here. Not even close. Nice save there by Walker.
Yankees up 4-2, fourth inning. Already a very different feel in this one than last night, which wound up 3-2 New York. Virtually no offense. A little bit different so far this evening. Toward the second baseman, Torres. He'll sling it in, get the out there, back to first, and a double play. They will turn 2, acrobatic by the Yankees. Live on NESN Plus. We have action all day long beginning at 11 a.m. including number 4 Boston College against 5th-ranked Notre Dame. Catch it tomorrow beginning at 11 a.m. only on NESN Plus. Bottom of the 4th inning. Yankees up 4-2. Rick Porcello looking to settle down. He had a long 3rd inning. Faced 7 batters and 3 of them came in to score for the Yankees. Andujar to lead it off. Young third baseman, 1 for 1 with a single. Their minor league player of the year last season. Here's the 0-1. And 3 doubles tonight. Gardner with 2 and Stanton with 1 to drive in 2 runs. Porcello looking to finish him off. 1-2. Yankees turning a pretty nifty double play moments ago.
Yeah, very fine play by Gregorius at shortstop. Watch his throw. It's going to take him across the bag on the shortstop side, and he has to make that acrobatic throw to first base to get the out. Very nice play by Gregorius. Kind of a bad feed by the second baseman, but a nice play by the shortstop.
2-2, nump foul. Porcello with a career long time 6 consecutive road decisions. 6 in a row on the road with a 2.23 ERA. Roughed up a little bit here tonight to the tune of 4 runs, 6 hits. Fly ball launched into right field. Martinez has room though for the first out.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll have a full recap of the Red Sox-Yankees matchup. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Now Porcello gets the leadoff man here in the 4th, and now it's Torres, the number 9 hitter. He's 0 for 1, ground ball to 3rd. Talk about the Yankees winning 16 out of 17, very similar to the streak the Red Sox had earlier in the season. And the Yankees have swept several series from playoff teams from last year or 2018 contenders like the Minnesota Twins, the Angels, Cleveland Indians, and they took 3 out of 4 at Houston. So they've been beating very good teams. 2-1.
That's the pitch that he pretty much stayed with last time against Torres. Got him to ground out on that slider away. Back in with a fastball.
2-2.
Get him thinking about the ball away, then get one in his hands.
Brett Gardner on deck. Porcello trying to figure him out tonight. Hard hit, gobbled up by Devers. Plenty of time and on target. 2 down. Season ticket plans provide fans with the best seats, price, and benefits. For more information, right now you can go to redsox.com/season tickets or call 877 Red Sox 9 today. Porcello in search of his first 1-2-3 inning tonight, but Gardner has doubled twice and he has scored both times. Hard hit, great diving play by Moreland. Can he get it out? Close, and got him at first base. Moreland flashing the leather, and Porcello got there in plenty of time.
Brett Gardner going into the complete dive, and then Porcello doing his job by covering first base. And they get the speedy Gardner going down the first base line with the slide. A beautiful play again by Moreland. I can tell you one thing, Mookie Betts right now would like to hit one about 9 miles after taking one up near the head last time up.
0 for 2 tonight for Mookie. As a leadoff hitter, 70 home runs for Betts. That's the most in Red Sox history, one ahead of Dom DiMaggio. Benintendi on deck. Hanley Ramirez will follow. And the 0-1. Sox 3-2 on the road trip. It's a long one. 10 games over 11 days. Toronto the next stop. Three games over the weekend against the Blue Jays.
Back to the splitter.
Ground ball, and the pitcher will handle that right on the hill. Tanaka gets him. Quiet night so far for Mookie Betts. He's 0 for 3. Echo Store Technologies will donate $50 to the Clada Fund for every Red Sox hit in May. The Clada Fund is the charitable foundation of the Dropkick Murphys. Learn more at echostore.com. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Benintendi with a fly to center. He's also taking ball 4. Mitch Moreland is homered tonight. Thus far, that's been the Red Sox offense. 2-run shot in the second inning off Tanaka. High fly. He jacked that one to right. Back it goes. It is gone. Benintendi with his second of the season. And the Sox cut it to 1 against Tanaka.
All the Red Sox runs tonight so far coming on the home run. The 2-run shot by Moreland, and now a slider that Benintendi takes out of the ballpark to make it a 1-run game. There's the breaking ball right there. It hangs right out over the plate, and a good pitch for Benintendi to take right out of the ballpark.
Second career home run against Tanaka. So it's 4-3. And here comes Hanley. And there's a high fly ball deep to left field, but Gardner will move on over and make the play out of the warning track. And that'll be out number 2.
Now, it just didn't sound good off the bat. It almost was like it was toward the end of the bat for Hanley.
Young fan on the Benintendi home run, tossing it back.
I never quite got that. I don't know, you know. I'd keep it.
I'll bet if it were left to that young fan, he hangs on to it.
Well, the other 40,000 here wouldn't be too happy if he did.
No. Martinez with a check swing. JD is grounded out and walked. Benintendi going yard for the second time here in 2018. And the 0-1. So JD now 7 for 13 against Tanaka in his career with 3 home runs. A lot of extra base hits against Tanaka in his career. And the right-hander finally to deal the 1-1. Loop toward right center. Dropping down. Judge diving, and he makes the play. That'll be out number 3 as he steals a hit from J.D. Martinez. Time to turn it over now to Adam for the mid-5th studio show. Up there, bottom half of the 5th inning. Benintendi just launched one to cut the Yankee lead to 1, so it's a 4-3 game. And Aaron Judge, who just made an outstanding catch, is about to lead off.
Well, you know, I watched him for the last couple of years, and he can make plays like this. I mean, he's very agile in the outfield for a big guy. Diving play that time to take a base hit away.
He also made a really fine throw from right field last night.
Yes, he did.
To throw Vasquez out at second base, so he'll lead off here against Rick Porcello at a 1-2-3 4th. And a dribbler, swing and bunt. Porcello will fire, and that one's down the line. It got by Moreland. Judge taken out for second, and he will pull up right there.
That's probably going to go as a base hit and an E1. Looks like a little bunt down the third base line, picked up by Porcello, but he throws like a 2-seamer to first base, and Moreland can't get around Judge to get it. So on to second base goes Judge.
Yep, Moreland did not really feel like leaning into 6'8", 290 pounds or whatever that is. So it will be a base hit and an error on Porcello. And bring up Gregorius, who has struck out and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. He's only 5 for 28 in his career against Porcello. But he does have Judge at second. Each team now with 7 hits. Stanton is next. This part of the order is so tough for the Yankees. Here's the 2-0. They didn't skip a little bit. Count goes to 3-0.
And the way Gregorius is swinging the bat, you know, this season they may give him the green light on the 3-0 count. He struggled a little bit recently, but that's one way to get out of a slump.
Hitless in his last 17 at bats. He's going to take ball 4, so that'll put runners on at first and second. That's the 3rd walk tonight for Rick Porcello. A's Ticket is Red Sox fans' trusted source for tickets with lower prices, better service, and a great selection. Tickets to all Red Sox games and concerts at Fenway available right now at aceticket.com. Daniel Levangian, pitching coach, will trot out to the mound with Stanton the batter, already with a 2-run double to right field tonight. No activity in either bullpen. Stanton is hit into a double play. He's also doubled in that 2 runs in the 3rd inning when they scored 3 times to take the lead. And that's going to drill him, and that'll load up the bases for the Yankees. He hits Stanton with a pitch, so they're all filled up for Sanchez.
Yeah, this is not the typical Rick Porcello performance here tonight. It's just not pinpoint like we've seen all season long. Right off the elbow of Stanton that time, and well, this could be a big mess for the Red Sox here in the 5th.
Sanchez singled his last time up, 1 for 2 in this one. Judge at 3rd, Gregorius at 2nd, Stanton at 1st, and nobody out. Tried to hold up, but he committed. That's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Starts him off with a big slow curveball. Very anxious with the bases loaded with Sanchez, and throws that curveball in for strike.
He's been very good in his career with the bases loaded, but he's not been very good against Porcello. Just 2 for 13. 1 ball, 1 strike. Activity in the pen now. Brian Johnson throwing for the Red Sox beyond the left field fence. A man at every base and nobody out for the Yankees. They do appeal, no swing. 2-1.
Not a bad pitch by Porcello. 2-seam fastball. No question he did not swing at it, but my question is, where was the pitch?
They lead all the way around. And a wave and a miss. He really helped them there with that curveball. 2-2.
That's the second bad swing he's had against a curveball in this at bat. Once again, keeping that curveball away from him off the outside edge. Leone makes a nice play on it.
Hicks on deck. And time granted by Corey Blazer. They are all filled up for New York, and the 2-2 from Rick Porcello could not entice him to go after that one, and it's a full count.
Four curveballs he's throwing him in this at bat.
Line into center. Mookie Betts coming on, makes the catch, tagging up Judge. Here's the throw. He comes in to score. Sanchez will pick up the RBI on the sacrifice to make it 5-3.
Take a look at the pitch sequence that time against Sanchez. He goes curveball, back to the curveball again. Then he tries to run the fastball inside. Pretty good pitch. Curveball again. And then on the final pitch for the line drop. No, I'm sorry, another curveball there. And on the final pitch, it's like a cut fastball or a slider. And he hit it very hard to center field to Mookie Betts.
Judge scampering home 5-3. It's a season high in runs allowed by Rick Porcello tonight. Here's Hicks now, first and second with one gone. Poked out a play to the left. Hicks has walked, stolen a base, and driven in a run with a sacrifice. Brian Johnson still warming in the pen. He thought about it. He did not swing. Porcello's pitching lineup brought to you by Ace Ticket. All the runs are earned over 4 and a third.
Unusual to see 3 walks up there for Porcello.
It's also hit a batter. Gregorius and Stanton leading, and the 1-1. Missed it late last night. There was a no-hitter in baseball. Paxton of Seattle, 99 pitches, throws about 100 miles an hour. Heck of a performance. Here comes the 2-1 to Hicks, and a roller toward first, but foul. Tomorrow night, 7:05, the finale here in the Bronx. It'll be Eduardo Rodriguez against CC Sabathia, so a battle between two lefties, and then the Red Sox will head up to Toronto. Eduardo undefeated to this point, 3-0. Sabathia 2-0. Ground ball. Bogarts has that. He'll go to the bag. A foot race, but he gets there in time for the out. Runners will be safe at first and third, and 2 away.
That's really the only play Bogarts had, because obviously there's nobody at shortstop, so he's got to run over and take the force out at second base. As he's going to his left, quickly adjust, go back to his right, and beat him to the bag for the force out.
Catch a condensed 2-hour version of this Red Sox game at midnight on Sox in 2. Sox in 2 is brought to you by Cumberland Farms, where you can get iced coffee for 99 cents, any size, any day.
Neil Walker has been caught looking at a third. Strikes, also flied out to center. So Gregorius becoming the runner at third base, and Hicks on at first with 2 down. Runner at first goes, and it's knocked foul out of play. So Hicks in motion. He'll head on back. .82 pitches for Rick Porcello tonight.
Those signs by Leone given to his infielder, especially Xander Bogaerts, to let him know if he goes again, is he going to throw through. Thing about this too is the runner at third base can get a big lead down the line because Devers is way off the bat.
One strike pitch. Loop toward left. Benintendi to his right to make the catch. Another run in. 5-3 New York. championship team. Game number 36, the Red Sox would beat Toronto 5-zip. Daniel Nava went 1 for 3 and drove in 2. He scored twice in the Red Sox win. Red Sox are trailing here as we go to the 6th inning in New York, 5-3. Bogarts, Moreland, Nunez against Tanaka. Last inning, Benintendi launched a home run. Solo shot. Mitch Moreland hit a 2-run homer in the 2nd inning. That's been the scoring so far for Boston. Yankees have 5 runs on 7 hits. Good night for Xander, 2 for 2. Pair of singles and a run.
Second time he's come up and in. He got Betts, which was closer. That one not as close to Bogarts.
Yankees do have activity in their bullpen. They have a right-hander warming.
Slider that time, a hanger missed by Bogarts, who looked like he was going for the down.
Chad Green throwing for New York in the pen. Xander does have a career home run against Masahiro Tanaka. And a 1-2. A shot to left center. That's driven deep. Hicks on his horse. He can't get it. It lands on the warning track up against the fence. And that'll be 2 bases for Xander Bogarts and a 3-hit night.
Now they wanted to go with a fastball to the outside part of the plate, but it leaked back out over the plate, and Bogarts was ready for it. Right in his hitting zone, and hits a rocket and one hops the wall in center field. Tell you get the feeling that this game is a long way from being over.
And I think part of the reason is when Tanaka pitched against the Red Sox back in April, won the ball game 10-7, but he gave up 6 runs.
Yeah, he did. Last inning was huge for the Red Sox because it could have been much worse than giving up 1 run.
Here's Moreland again. 2-run homer and a strikeout tonight for Mitch. Nobody out and a man ready to score. Fouled away for strike 1. As mentioned, after tomorrow, last game here, Red Sox go to Toronto. And then they're home for a long stretch against Oakland and Baltimore. They have a very quick trip to Tampa Bay and then back home again against Atlanta and Toronto. It'll be 12 out of 15 at Fenway. And the 0-1. Eduardo Nunez on deck. Moreland looking to add to his RBI total. He and Martinez right now, the 2 hottest Red Sox hitters. And now Sanchez will come out for a mound visit.
Yeah, a couple of sets of signs they put down that Tanaka did not like. So Sanchez makes his way out there to find out exactly what he wants to do to Moreland in this at bat.
Benintendi with a blast in the 5th inning. Andrew's taken a liking to new Yankee Stadium. 5 home runs here a year ago, and that's going to miss downstairs. 2-1.
Split-fingered fastball that time missing. Kind of got away from that splitter a little bit for a couple of innings, but it'll be back.
Pitch number 91 on the way. On the 2-1 pitch to Moreland. And ground ball toward the shift. Torres will flip that on to get him, and into third safely is Xander Bogaerts. So that does advance the runner, but one man gone here in the 6th.
Now, tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC Wake and Steve will break down Rick Porcello's start.
Aaron Boone is heading to the hill. So the night is over for Tanaka. He's going to bring Green on. And a right-hander pitching into the 6th inning, getting some run support. 5-3 lead. We're going to keep it right here. Red Sox have a runner at third base and one down. Nunez will step in against the new hurler. So Tanaka pitching long enough in this one, but not by much. He winds up going 5 1/3 innings. And he surrenders 3 runs to the Red Sox and 2 homers. He is finished for the night. So Green will be the next man in, the right-hander, to face Eduardo Nunez.
Now back in the first inning, Aaron Judge base hit up the middle of driving the first run of this ball game as Gardner comes around to score. In the second inning, Mitch Moreland, fastball down and in, takes it out of the ballpark. Stanton, opposite field, like he hit the home run last night, but this time it stays in the park, a line shot. As Gardner and Judge come around to score for the Yankees. Andrew Benintendi gets a breaking ball, a slider from Tanaka, and he loses it. Plenty of offense in this game tonight.
Yep, a lot more than last night.
Sanchez with a sacrifice, a line drive out there to Mookie Betts as Judge scores, and that's where we stand right now.
So the numbers on Green, this will be his 16th appearance. He's been really good. 2-0, a 196 earned run average, just a 212 batting average against him. And finishing up his warm-up tosses, it'll be Nunez to step up now. Looking to pick up an RBI and get the Red Sox again to within 1. He does have Xander Bogaerts standing 90 feet away. Eduardo last night scored both Red Sox runs. He was 2 for 4 with a double and a steal. And they are backed up on the infield with 1 down. Lined into center. Hicks there, plenty deep enough. Tagging up, here comes Xander Bogaerts. He will trot in to score, and that'll make it a 5-4 game. RBI to Nunez, his 10th. Charge that run to Tanaka. And calling all kids. Kids can attend a game for free at Fenway when they sign up for Kid Nation. Free kids tickets are available for the first 25,000 tickets redeemed. You can visit redsox.com/KidNation if you want to sign up right now. So the Red Sox keep cutting into the lead. Here's Devers now. The base is empty. Good night for him. 2 for 2. So there's the final pitching line on Masahiro Tanaka. 4 earned runs and 8 hits. And he walked a couple. 91 pitches. 97 on the radar gun.
Yeah, he's pretty consistent with that velocity at 97 miles an hour. Is Green. We saw him last night in the game. .96 that time inside on Devers.
Dating back to 2016, the Red Sox have won 26 consecutive games when they give Rick Porcello 3 or more runs of support. Well, they've gotten 4 tonight. The Yankees have 5 runs, though, to this point. And it's fouled into the mitt for strike 3, but the Red Sox add another 5-4 Yankees. For $2, $3, or $5. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Bottom of the 6th inning. Another tight one here at Yankee Stadium. 5-4 New York. They'll bring up 8, 9, and 1. Rick Porcello back out there for his 6th inning. Miguel Andujar has singled and flied to right. The guys had the most trouble with tonight was really 2 guys, Brett Gardner and Aaron Judge, who bat 1-2 in Aaron Boone's order. Gardner has paired doubles and Judge has been aboard 3 times. The 1-1. Big wave and a miss on that curveball.
You know, you might look back at the 5th inning as a big inning for Porcello because it started with the base hit and an error, followed by a walk and a hit batter, and then all they got out of it was the sacrifice fly. That could have been a huge inning for the Yankees.
Yep.
Put away in.
Just the 1 run. That's all he got. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Yes, that is strike 3. They did appeal. Stu Sherwater rings him up. 1 gone.
Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC, Wake, and Steve will preview Eduardo Rodriguez's start against the Yankees. DCU Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
2 guys who have had success against the other guy's team going tomorrow night. Here's Torres now. Gleyber Torres has grounded out to 3rd twice. Gardner on deck. Red Sox and Yankees in the Bronx for the first time this season. After this, they will meet again at Yankee Stadium at the end of June. (3-0). Hit hard. That's a base hit. Got the green light. And he smacked a single. You can enjoy the Fenway experience with your group in 2018. Red Sox group outings, perfect for entertaining clients, boosting employee morale, and more. Visit redsox.com/groups for more information. So that's the night for Rick Porcello. He will step aside. It'll be Brian Johnson, a left-hander, coming on. He did not want him to face Gardner for a 4th time tonight after a hot shot single by Torres. So the night is over for Rick. A 5-4 Yankee lead.
Yeah, that's about as tough as he's had to work in any start this season.
Yep, the most runs he's allowed so far this season. We go downstairs to Guerin.
Well, OB, Jerry, this is Brian Johnson's first taste of the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry here at Yankee Stadium. He was telling me the last time he was here, he was 12 years old. He was with his dad and his brothers, and they sat in the seats directly behind the visitors' dugout. He said, but this environment is what he expected. He said it was a lot of fun in the bullpen last night, and they were all saying to each other, this place is going to go nuts if Kelly gets into this game. And he said this is definitely a playoff atmosphere, guys.
And they did. They certainly did go nuts. And they lustily booed Joe Kelly's entrance in that one. They knew exactly who was coming in the game. Treated a little bit differently, of course, back home in Boston, where he will never again buy another beer in a Boston pub. And it is 5-4 Yankees. As Johnson comes on, he'll inherit a runner at first base. As Porcello pitches into the 6th inning, 5 1/3. And that ties his shortest outing of the season. First one was 5 1/3 against Tampa Bay, his first start of the season on March 31st. So Johnson on. I want to let you know that the Boston Bulldogs Running Club is hosting the 3rd annual Run for Recovery 5K at Franklin Park on Sunday, May 20th. This race is a tribute to those who are battling or have lost their lives to addiction. Still time to register. If you'd like to, visit bostonbulldogsrunning.org for more information. So a base hit by Gleyber Torres has him on with 1 down, and Brett Gardner will be the batter.
I'll take a look at the strikeouts tonight. The Rick Porcello gets Gregorius on a fastball, threw it right by him. He gets Walker also on a 2-seam fastball that hits the inside part of the plate, and Andujar on a slider that's on the inside part of the plate. But he had to really work in this one tonight. I mean, it was not the A game, that's for sure. But still, they're in the game.
Yep, very much. Down 1. So a lefty-lefty duel here. Gardner has doubled twice. He scored twice. Breaking ball in for strike 1. That is Carson Smith throwing in the Sox pen.
Yeah, this could be one and done.
Good Judge on deck. You think of the old line about Frank Howard when you look at Aaron Judge, don't you? He wasn't born, he was founded. At that size. And the 0-2. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Yankees, 4 runs, 8 hits for the Red Sox.
Only other time Gardner has faced Johnson struck him out.
Might be the only batter that he sees tonight. As you mentioned, 1-2. Flared foul. 1-2. Pop foul again. Gardner, the longest tenured Yankee player. I picked him in the 05 draft, made his major league debut in 2008. 1-2. Judge waiting on deck. He is yet to be retired in this one. 2 singles, a walk, and a couple of runs, and he's driven in a run. Torres with the lead. Tried to hold up the appeal and no swing, according to Gary Cedarstrom, and goes to 3-2.
Now let's see if they send Torres at first base on the 3-2 count.
Payoff pitch. And a ground ball served to Bogarts. Out at second, on to first, and not in time. Torres erased in the middle. They're 2 away with a man on for Judge.
Now Dana Levangie coming out, so they're going to stick with Johnson in this situation to face Judge.
Now Carson Smith ready in the bullpen. Judge 2 for 2, 2 runs.
Don't miss a game, especially when the Sox are on the road. Import the NESN Red Sox schedule on any device at NESN.com/schedule. It's presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Red Sox in Major League Baseball.
Was in the 6th inning last night. Judge provided the game-winning RBI. He's got a runner at first base as Gardner becomes that runner, and that's across for strike 1. Gregorius on deck. 2 gone. 1 ball, 1 strike on Judge.
These guys have only had 1 matchup in their career, Judge and Johnson, and Johnson won that battle with a strikeout. Would love another one here.
Sox due to bring up Leon, Betts, and Benintendi in the 7th. Oh, he went for the downs there. A massive swing.
And he kept that ball up and away from him at 91 miles an hour. Supposed to be inside, but it leaked out over the outside part of the plate and no contact.
Johnson's 1-2. Breaking ball, a fly ball into right center field. On the move, Martinez, and he's got it. Nice work by Johnson. 1 man stranded. Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? The great folks at Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. What a beautiful view of downtown Manhattan tonight. Brock Holt is going to lead things off. He's going to bat for Sandy Leon against Chad Green as we go to the 7th inning. Brock just back off the DL from that hamstring issue. And he has an active 9-game hitting streak. Began the season 1 for 18 and has sizzled since then. 16 for his last 32. Mookie Betts on deck, and then Andrew Benintendi, who's homered. And the 0-1. Little pop up backing out Gregorius. He'll make that catch on the back pedal, and that's out number 1.
Stay on top of the latest Red Sox news with NESN's free Red Sox text alerts. From breaking news to in-game alerts, NESN will make sure you are in the know. To sign up, just text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply.
Mookie's been quieted so far tonight. He's 0 for 3. Green, another one of the Yankee hurlers who comes right at you with a blazing fastball.
Yeah, a lot of fastballs.
97, 98.
Yeah, as we speak, he throws a slider.
Yeah, naturally. Nobody warming in their pen. Mookie tried to hold up with a swing and a miss, 1-2. Green does not mess around. He gets it and he throws it. Comes right at you. On deck, Benintendi. 2-2. Both starters now out of the ball game. Into the hands of the bullpens. Full count on Betts. Well, for Mookie, 14 of his last 18 hits have gone for extra bases. Shot into left on the move. Gardner leaps up to make the catch. Looked like for a split second he was going to overrun it, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, I think even Gardner out there was surprised how hard that ball was hit as he cuts across. Then he has to jump for it. That ball almost made its way over his head. That ball was really hit hard by Betts.
Two up, 2 down. Benintendi now 1 for 2 with a home run off Tanaka in the 5th inning. His second. Nobody on base, and the 0-1 from Green. That'll miss away at 96. Anthony Ramirez hoping for a chance to bat in this inning. Really nice job by Brian Johnson. Red Sox showing a lot of faith in him to face Judge. Stayed in against the right-hand batter.
Benintendi in the 5th inning got a slider right there, a hang slider from Tanaka, and took it out of the ballpark with a home run.
Red Sox have hit 2 of them tonight. Mitch Moreland got the first one in the 2nd inning. Evens the count, 2-2.
Well, everything has been away from Benintendi in this at bat, all fastballs.
6 career home runs here. 5 of them last year. Full count.
After getting Benintendi thinking about everything away, he buzzes him inside with a fastball, but not close to being a strike.
Payoff pitch. And he walked him. Benintendi takes his second free pass tonight. He's been on base 3 times. And he has now walked 19 times to lead the ball club. Hanley's gone 0 for 3. A strikeout, a double play ball, and a fly to left. Looking to get hot again. So far 3 for 19 on the trip, which began with the Red Sox taking 3 out of 4 in Texas. Red Sox and the Yankees tied atop the American League East. Big swing and a foul back for strike 1.
97 on that fastball. Very consistent with the velocity on his fastball.
Five for New York, the 0-1. Red Sox would love to get this inning to the man on deck, J.D. Martinez. Benintendi with a lead at first. 2 away in the 1-1. High fly ball ejected deep to left field, and forget about it. Into the second deck for Hanley. And the Red Sox have taken the lead here in the 7th inning. His 4th home run of the season, and with authority, and the Red Sox are on top.
Now, we talked about the fastball at 97. Hanley gets a slider. And man, has he ever crushed this. That was a spinner up the home plate. Hardly no break at all. And way, way out of here.
Gone right now.
Second tank.
Yes. So the Sox ahead 6-5. And they have hit 3 home runs tonight. That brings up Martinez. Hanley has had a flair for the dramatic all season since he became a member of the Red Sox. Well before that. That is a way to get hot. Second level. .431 feet for Hanley. And that has quieted Yankee Stadium quite a bit. JD tonight with a ground out, a walk, and a fly to right field. It was caught by Judge. And now Smith warming again. We've talked about it throughout the evening. The theme of the night, it just feels very different from last night.
Yeah, you just, you know, it's a strange game. I mean, there's nothing crisp about it. It's just, you know, going back and forth, and you never feel like, you know, you felt like the Yankees had one opportunity back in, I think it was the 5th inning, to blow it open, and they did. There's
a base hit up the middle. So J.D. Martinez on for the 2nd time. And he extends his hitting streak to 10 in a row. And hitting .450 during that. Here comes Larry Rothschild, a pitching coach.
The Red Sox go on to win this game, Dave. You look back at that 5th inning we were talking about, you know, when the Yankees, they had the base hit in the era by Judge, a walk to Gregorius, a hit bat at a stand, bases loaded. And out of that mess, they only got 1 run.
Yeah, that was huge. To only get the one.
Yeah, that was really big at that, because that was a put away inning for the Yankees in this ball game.
And they didn't do it. The Red Sox held.
And the collar was outside of my jacket. It didn't look good on TV.
Glad you were able to adjust that.
Yeah, that's better.
On the fly like that, nobody saw it.
Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it.
Terrific. It's live TV. We just got a text from Joseph Abboud. Please fix the collar.
I got a text from him last night. He was watching us from Tokyo.
How about that?
Yep.
Joseph is a fan. Well, here's Xander. Had a great night, 3 for 3. What a cut by Hanley Ramirez to destroy that pitch into the second deck here. And the Red Sox, on the strength of 3 home runs, have a 6-5 lead. Martinez now on with 2 down. Xander with 2 singles, a double. He scored twice. Sox have swung the bats pretty well tonight to the tune of 10 hits so far to 8 for New York. Moreland on deck, who jacked a 2-run homer in the second. Benintendi blasted a home run in the 5th, and then Hanley with a monster shot, 431 feet, swung on and missed. Down goes Bogarts, but the Red Sox have the lead thanks to Hanley's shot, 6-5. Subaru Ascent, featuring all-wheel drive and 3 rows of seats. Love is now bigger than ever this spring. By Citizens Bank. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Lexus and Lexus Strikes Out Hunger Program. Back in New York City, the Red Sox have the upper hand now on the Yankees, 6-5. Going to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Couple of changes here. Vasquez will take over at the catcher spot. Johnson will stay in the ballgame for now and take on D.D. Gregorius. And Smith continues to work in the bullpen. Carson Smith.
I think, Dave, there's probably one hitter for Johnson here, the left-hander Gregorius, and then Carson Smith will probably come in to face Stanton, Sanchez, and Hicks.
Gregorius with a strikeout, a ground out, a walk tonight has not done much to hurt the Red Sox. Although he can be a very dangerous hitter. 6 runs on 10 hits for Boston. 5 runs on 8 hits for the Yankees. The Red Sox have all the home runs, all 3 of them. And here we go to the bottom of the 7th. Red Sox trying to put an end to the Yankees' 7-game winning streak. And the 1-0. Stroked into left field. Benintendi has it lined up right at him. 1 down. Streaks were made to be broken. Make history and win $5.6 million. You can download Beat the Streak today in the App Store or on MLB.com/BTS.
A nice job by Johnson in this game. Got some big outs.
Now he gets the first man here. Giancarlo Stanton will be the next man up against Smith. This should be a very interesting encounter. Stanton has a 2 RBI double here tonight. Rick Porcello went 5 1/3. No decision for Rick tonight. 5 runs, 8 hits. And now the Red Sox bullpen trying to hold the Yankees down the rest of the way.
Home runs have been the story tonight for the Red Sox. 3 of them in this game. Back in the 2nd inning, it was Mitch Moreland with the first on a fastball down and in. That ball was supposed to be away. It stayed inside. He took it out of the ballpark. Benintendi in the 5th gets a breaking ball right down the middle of the plate, and he loses it. And then Hanley on a hanging slider just absolutely annihilates it. The Red Sox playing long ball on this one.
Hanley Ramirez big time with that blast. More ways than one. So the Sox up by 1. Here comes Carson Smith, 15th appearance, looking for consistency. There's no question when he's throwing the ball well about his stuff, because he can be absolutely nasty.
I think that one of the problems for him, early in the season is he's got a great sinker, but I don't think it's been working quite as well as he would like it for it to work. He's, relied mostly on the slider. A lot of the sinkers that he's throwing have been staying up in the zone. If he can get him down in the zone, then he starts to induce ground ball outs.
For his major league career, he's held opponents to a 199 batting average. So when he's good, he's really good.
Yeah. And he's going to face Stanton, and Stanton and he have never faced each other before.
So you're watching a guy, you got a report on him. You know what he's got for stuff. Somebody's reminded you before you come to the on-deck area. But when you're standing there, Jerry, in the on-deck circle, what are you doing watching this guy throw?
Well, you're just kind of watching to see, the way his ball reacts, if he's throwing a sinker, how much it's sinking, and basically trying to time, look at his delivery, see what he's throwing to the plate, how long it takes him to get rid of the baseball, stuff like that. You can watch all the video in the world, you can watch all that, but until you get up to the plate, until you see him from 60 feet 6 inches away, you can pretty much throw all that stuff out. It's nice to know what they throw, but you got to see it for yourself.
Stanton's into a double play. He's ripped a 2-run double, and he's been drilled by a pitch. And it's different when he comes to bat. Ballpark really settles down. Been trouble for the Red Sox staff, as he was for the National League last year, winning the MVP. Deep short. Xander airborne, fires, got him. Beautifully done by Xander Bogaerts.
I give him 10 on style points for that one, because I thought he was going to plant and throw, but no, he jumps and throws. We used to see Jeter do that all the time here at Yankee Stadium.
Right in that same spot.
Yep. So 10 on style points for Bogaerts.
2 down. And that's Carson Smith at his best. Ground ball. A lot of ground balls when he's going well. Trying to keep Sanchez on the ground here. He loves to hit it in the air. He's 1 for 2 with a sac fly that drove in a run in the 5th inning. Red Sox on top 6-5 in the 7th. Starts him off with a strike. And a first pitch slider. Matt Barnes warming. Red Sox need a premium effort from the bullpen tonight. Shreve and Robertson throwing in the bullpen for New York. And the 1-1 to Sanchez. Almost got him all the way to the backstop. 2-1. The attendance tonight, 47,088. That's their 3rd sellout this season. Base is empty, 2 away, the 2-1. And a liner to left. Benintendi will play it on a bounce, and it drops in for a single. Second hit tonight for Sanchez.
Yeah, smart play by Benintendi there. I thought for a second he was going to try to make one of those diving catches, and if the ball gets by him, Sanchez keeps running and gets in the scoring position, but he wisely holds up and plays it on one hop. That's a tough decision for a left fielder to make. You know, you think you can get to it on a dive, but if you do and you don't make the catch, you're talking about a man in scoring position. So you can't have that. This stage of the ball game, 1-run game, leave him at first base.
So here's Hicks. He's driven in 1 run with a sacrifice fly. He'll take ball 1. Yankees now have 9 hits, Sox with 10. Sanchez aboard at first. Big cut and a miss. That was a home run swing.
Yeah, that was a good sinker right there from Carson Smith too. Make contact on that. That's going to be a ground ball. Changeup.
One and two.
Changeup was about 91 miles an hour, but you see the rotation on it as it's spinning back toward the corner of the plate.
91 on a changeup.
91 changeup.
Looking for the strikeout of Hicks. Switch hitter. 1-2 from Carson Smith. Sox looking to bounce back and take game 2 here at Yankee Stadium. Another good baseball game. Here comes the 2-2. He's filled up the count now on Hicks.
Now the danger here is 3-2. The man will be off at first base. Now Sanchez doesn't run very well, but you got to be careful on balls in the gap, because with the man off at first base, they can score.
Sellout crowd coming back to life.
Trying to go back door with the slider.
Runner goes, and it's in there to strike him out. Back to the slider to fan Hicks. Insurance, great service, coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance.
A beautiful slider here by Carson Smith. When he gave up on because he thought it was going to be outside, it comes back on the outside part of the plate and picks up the big strikeout. A good outing by Smith.
To get Hicks on strikes. Chase and Shreve now out of the bullpen for the Yankees to take on Mitch Moreland. Nunez on deck. He's 2-0, a 3.46 ERA. He can be very tough, particularly against lefties. Gets a lot of swings and misses. Left-hander from Las Vegas. Now another good night for Mitch Moreland. He ripped a 2-run homer in the second inning. He is 1 for 3. And he's been dynamite defensively. You and I both agree it ought to be a run of many starts here for Moreland.
Yeah, for me, he's going to play his way out of the lineup.
And just red hot. A 5-game hitting streak, and he's hit 4 home runs during the hit streak. And he came in to tonight's game 5th in the majors in batting average. One. Get a game break in a moment. with our talented pal Adam Pellerin. Always looks like $1 million. Sox on top 6-5 in the 8th. Here in New York, they have really treated this series like a major event. These 3 games with the Red Sox. Here's the 2-2, and he missed with it.
A lot of splitters to Moreland. Splitters and fastballs.
This is the first time since the 31st of March that the Red Sox have not had first place all to themselves, but they can get it back tonight. Here's the 3-2, and he walked him. So time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Adam Pellerin. Well, he made Milwaukee ill with that performance. Well, here's Nunez. He's gone 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. Red Sox have the leadoff man on in the 8th inning. Devers on deck, and back in safely Moreland.
A little throw to first base. They just wanted to see there if Nunez was going to square around and bunt, get in a sacrifice position. He did not.
Chop foul at the plate. You know, one of the reasons I think the Red Sox have looked so much better offensively tonight, and it sounds elementary, I guess it is, they've made better contact. They're not striking out tonight.
Well, you're facing different guys too. You know, last night Severino was going to strike out a lot of guys no matter who he faced last night.
Sure.
But you're right. Tonight they're making good solid contact. They hit a lot of balls hard.
Only 5 strikeouts, 3 home runs. Another one hit hard. That's a fair ball past the diving Andahar down the line. Moreland taking off for third. It rolls to the corner. He'll be held at third base, and it'll be a double for Nunez. He's had a good series. Second and third, nobody out for Boston.
Yeah, he's been part of it. He had a sacrifice fly back in the 6th inning to bring in a run. Now goes right down the third base line on that splitter. And it rolls all the way down into the corner, so that allows men go to second and third. Moreland has the play in front of him, doesn't need help from a third base coach, just stop him at third base. Red Sox with a chance to open it up a little bit here.
Yeah, and a big at bat here for Rafael Devers. He has 2 hits. The infield is in. Nobody out, second and third. And he fouls that one off the catcher for strike 1. Base hit for Devers in the 2nd, another single in the 4th inning. And this is Jonathan Holder, the right-hander, warming in the Yankee bullpen. Infield leaning in, and he'll look at a strike, and it's 0-2. It's Vasquez on deck.
Nobody out. I would not send Moreland on the contact play here.
Devers snapped on at an 0 for 12 with those first 2 singles. Inside, and he checked.
This guy's splitter crazy, isn't he? I mean, every other pitch is a splitter. Sometimes 2, 3 in a row. And you see the split grip. He's throwing a bunch of them.
Devers looking to put one in play. The 1-2 from the lefty. And he struck him out. So he fans for the second time. Here comes Boone. He's got a right-hander ready for Vasquez. He's got Holder. And he's going to the bullpen right now. So the Yankees go to the pen.
Dugout. First of all, at first base, Moreland with the good stretch right there. Then he takes 2 bases away from Brett Gardner with Porcello covering. And then Bogas with the jump throw. Nice dig.
Very solid effort all the way around for the Red Sox. And with the bats, 3 home runs. Mitch Moreland with a 2-run shot. Andrew Benintendi with a solo drive in the 5th inning. And Hanley Ramirez with a crush job in the 7th. A massive 2-run homer to give the Red Sox the lead into the second tank and left. And a very nice night in particular for Mitch Moreland and Xander Bogaerts with 3 hits.
Yeah, 2 singles and a double coming in the 6th inning. Bogaerts offensively, 2nd inning. Base hit of Tanaka. Split fingered fastball. Splitter again in the 3rd up the middle. And then on a fastball. Hey Dave, you know what I'd like to see here?
What's that?
Squeeze.
Ah.
That's just me. That's just me.
Yeah.
You know, you got a guy at the plate right now that's struggling a little bit, Vasquez. I know you have 2 men in scoring position, you know, and a base hit drives in 2. But I wouldn't mind seeing one.
You know, I love the squeeze play.
I do too.
If you have the right guy at the plate who can handle the bat, he can handle the bat well. You know, you wonder if Alex Cora would think about it here.
I'm sure it's crossed his mind, but you know they have to make that final decision. I'd be easy to manage against because I'd be squeezing all the time. I just like the play, and you got a guy that's struggling swinging the bat.
One down, infield in, 2nd and 3rd. And he'll take a pitch inside for ball 1. Mookie Betts in the on deck area. Moreland at 3rd. He's a good base runner. Nunez at 2nd with 1 gone. And in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Breaking ball, just picking up the outside corner.
And Holder home with a 1-1. And off the outside at 93.
Now, if you were going to put that play on, you put it on now because you expect to get a strike. But that doesn't seem to me like there's going to be anything on. Didn't see any type of sign that would indicate that.
Here's the 2-1 swinging away, and he loops a foul. 2-2. Red Sox looking for a little bit of a cushion in the 8th. Moreland at 3rd, Nunez at 2nd. And a long look in by the right-hander, finally picks one out. Here's the 2-2. And a wave and a miss. Down he goes, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts here, and big ones for the Yankees.
Now here's your dilemma right now. If you're Aaron Boone, do you pitch the Betts with first base open, but you got Benintendi on deck, and they got no left-hander warming in the bullpen? And they are going to put him on. They're going to put him on first base. They're going to take their chances. Righty against lefty. Benintendi against Holder.
Makes perfect sense, though, to pass on Mookie Betts, even though he's hitless tonight.
Yeah, you don't let the one of the hottest players in the league beat you. I say that all the time. Managers is who we gonna not let beat us, and for the Red Sox it's Mookie Betts.
So they're all loaded up on the intentional pass to Mookie. Benintendi with a home run in the 5th inning.
Yep, on a slider right down the middle of the plate. I feel another one.
If he does that right now, that'll be 7 grand slams for the Red Sox already. Also walked a couple of times tonight. 2 down and a strike.
And a changeup on the outside part of the plate. Not one Benintendi wants to swing at on the first strike.
Moreland at third, Nunez at second, Mookie Betts at first. Watched it all the way back to Sanchez mitt and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
First 2 pitches away from Benintendi. That's where they like to pitch him.
Hanley lurking on deck. He's already hit one to the moon tonight. Not tempting enough. 2-1.
Now he's got to bring it in a little bit. This could be a game-winning at bat right here.
Here's the 2-1 to Benintendi. Line shot up the middle, but it'll be flagged down by Gregorius, and plenty of time to get him at first base. So the Red Sox load him up, but failed to score. Still a very tight one in the middle of the 8th inning.
New show. Need a new show to watch? Show me
And every time a Red Sox pitcher strikes out a Yankee batter, Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Well, Sox had a golden opportunity to enlarge the lead. They had the bases loaded there after the intentional pass to Mookie Betts. Benintendi hit it up the middle, but that's exactly where they had him played.
Yep, they had the shift on Benintendi, and right there to Gregorius to get the final out.
Barnes with a 2.51 ERA. He's been tough. He's going to get Walker, Andujar, and Torres last third of their order. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, 6-5 Boston. Walker hitless tonight. He has struck out, flied out again. And a 1-0 to the number 7 hitter.
Kimbrel is loosening in the Red Sox bullpen, so this may be a night that he may have to come in for more than 3 outs.
And there for a called strike. Last time Craig was in the game was to save it at Texas on May 5th. Red Sox taking 3 out of 4 there. And the 2-1. He waved and he missed on a curveball.
Yeah, a lot of curveballs from Barnes here to Walker. He has that split grip as he goes into the glove, and then he'll make the adjustment from there, whether it's going to be a fastball, curveball, or remain a splitter. So there's going to be a fastball up.
2-2. Socked the other way. Benintendi on the move. He can't get it to the warning track and the fence. Walker to second base and a stand-up double. Then swinging a hot bat, he leads off the 8th inning with a double.
Well, they did go upstairs with the fastball. It was away, but some good hitting right there by Walker as he just takes it to the opposite field. So the leadoff man at second base with nobody out here in the 8th inning. How will Boone play this? Will he try to sacrifice a man to third base? Or let him swing away?
Miguel Andujar has gone 1 for 3 with a single. See what he has in mind for the young hitter. He's going to be swinging away, and he'll take high ball 1. And they are alive again with the tying run at second. And Barnes with a 1-0. Neil Walker with a leadoff 2-base hit in the last half of the 8th. 2-0. Breaking ball. A little tapper to Nunez. He'll go to first base to get him down to third as Walker with 1 down.
That's a good job. You know, he got the curveball, and if he's going to make an out, make it to the right side and get that runner to the third base with less than 2 outs. I mean, I don't know how he hit this ball over there. That was weird, a weird swing. But he gets the job done getting the man to third base. Now you never know what to expect. Number 9 hitter at the plate in Torres.
Now Kimbrel all warmed up if necessary here, but he's going to leave Barnes in to face the rookie Torres, who's 1 for 3 with a single, with a runner at third base. Gardner is on deck, a left-handed hitter.
Red Sox will pull the infield in, obviously, with the 1-run lead here late in the game.
One man away. And he'll take ball 1. Torres has grounded out twice, but he's also singled. The 1-0 from Barnes. Blocked by Vasquez.
Good block by Vasquez. Keep that man at third base. Didn't try to catch it, just block it. Deaden the ball. Down on the knees first, get the glove down, and just try to keep it around home plate.
To a 0 on Torres. Thought about it, but it's downstairs, and that's ball 3.
Didn't they give him the green light earlier in the game?
Yes.
Got a base hit.
Another tense one in the Bronx. Here comes the 3-0 with a man at third. And a breaking ball snapped in there.
Yeah, they were aware of that fact, and they drop a curveball on him instead of the fastball. 3-0. If you're going to be swinging away, you're always looking for the fastball.
Little grin from the rookie. Hitters count. And he walks him.
Well, let's see if this brings in Kimbrel.
Yep, here comes Cora. First and third for the Yankees, and the call goes to the bullpen. And the Red Sox closer ready to enter the fray. A double and a walk. And we're going to take the break as Kimbrel prepares to come on in, trying to protect a 1-run Red Sox advantage. Xfinity. Porcello went 5 1/3. No decision for Rick tonight. He gave up 5 earned runs. Moreland with a home run. Benintendi is homered as well. And Hanley hit a shot that went about 431. That put the Red Sox in the lead. Tanaka only went 5 1/3 tonight. So the bullpens have really been tested and will be again right now as Kimbrel is inheriting first and third, one down, and Brett Gardner coming up.
Yeah, very difficult to double up Gardner. We'll see how the infield plays this. They're not all the way in, but they're in a little bit close to the double play depth. So something that they can churn, they'll try to churn. If they can't, they got to go home. I hated that.
Tying run at third, one down. First pitch will miss for ball one. He is 1 for 6, 5 strikeouts against Kimbrel. Walker started the inning with a double. Torres took ball 4 moments ago. Red Sox leading 6-5. Ball 2. Kimbrel picking up his 300th major league save with a perfect 9th inning on Saturday at Texas. That's the last time he's worked. Fastest in major league history to 300 saves. (2-0) to Gardner. 3-0. Judge on deck.
Never know, Gardner may have the green light.
And a 3-0. Gardner doubled in the first, doubled in the third. Each time he did, he came on to score a run. He's 2 for 4. Kimbrel with a throw to first base, and scampering back in there is Torres.
That's something you almost never see. Kimbrel throwing to first base.
Their closer, Chapman, throwing in the bullpen. Fouled away, 3-2. Gardner checked the bat, still looking at it, and he's going to get a new one. High tension again here in New York, just as we had last night in Game 1. Kimbrel trying to come all the way back from 3-0. And here it comes.
97 on that last fastball from Kimbrel and fouled off by Gardner. A tough out, man. Coming at him with his best fastball, and Gardner fouls it off.
The 3-2. High fly, well hit. Betts racing back. Mookie is not going to get there. It's on the warning track up against the wall. In to score Walker. Here comes Torres. Here's the throw home. He's safe. Gardner all the way down to third base. He drives in 2.
Well, we talked about being a tough out. He saw a lot of pitches in that at bat. He finally gets another fastball and puts a charge in it out to that bullpen area. 399. The relay by the Red Sox right here. 1 run comes in. The second run's going to follow on a close play at home plate, but that slide goes around Christian Vasquez.
7-6. Here's Judge. Infield in, 1 down. Gardner's had a huge night.
Well, look at the relay play. The throw from Bogarts. Not quite in time.
So the Yankees have jumped back into the lead. Judge on the night. 2 for 3, 2 singles. Charge both of those runs to Matt Barnes.
Now, how about the night Gardner's had? He's got they gave him a double on that or a triple?
Triple.
They gave him a triple. 2 doubles, a triple. He could have had another double, but Moreland made a great play on him down at first base.
Only 1 away. 1-2. So the Yankees vault into the lead on a 2-run triple by Brett Gardner. 3 extra base hits out of their leadoff man, and he had been slumping coming in. And a 1-2 to Judge. Sock to center. Way back there. God. A sizzling line drive to center field to make it 9-6.
This is what the Yankees have been doing in this streak. They've been coming from behind. They've been doing it late in the ball game. What a compact swing that was by Judge to take it out of straightaway center field.
Well, their 1-2 hitters have been a 1-2 punch tonight. Gardner and Judge.
See the reaction from Kimbrel.
And the 0-1. Gregorius, who's been pretty quiet, 0 for 3. A 4-run bottom of the 8th for New York. And the Red Sox have been stunned. And he struck him out, so Gregorius goes down. And that'll be just the second out of the inning, and we'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton. Well, in the inning, a double, a triple, a home run for New York. During this run that they are on, winning 16 out of 17, about half of their runs have been scored in the 7th inning or later. Pretty remarkable. Judge with a blast, his third hit. He's driven in 3. And the 0-1 to Stanton. He has 2 RBIs tonight. Swung the bat, did count 0-2. Red Sox come the 9th inning will have the heart of the order due up. Ramirez, Martinez, and Bogarts.
And that'll be against Chapman, who's loose down in that bullpen.
And the 0-2 pitch to Stanton.
You know, Dave, the question has to come up about Kimbrel. Is he basically so used to just being a 9th inning clean guy, coming in the 9th to pick down a save? They're trying a few times with bringing him into the 8th inning, hasn't gone very well. You know, is he the type of guy that's so used to being just a 9th inning guy that that's what he's going to be?
It's a great question. I think a very fair question as Stanton fans. But the Yankees get 4, and they open up a 9-6 lead to turn it over to Aroldis Chapman. Run, bottom of the 8th inning for the Yankees. And so now it's Chapman on, looking to lock it down for save. 9-6 New York, and he made his 16th appearance last night in the Yankee victory. He tossed a scoreless 9th inning for his 8th save, including throwing the hardest pitch of the year in Major League Baseball, 103.3 miles an hour. He is going to get Ramirez, Martinez, and Bogarts. A huge hit by that man, Gardner. He's had a triple to drive in 2.
Yeah, he's had a big night, Gardner.
Judge with the home run for the added breathing room. Hanley put the Red Sox on top with a massive home run in the 7th inning. A 2-run shot, but that lead is gone now. And at 100 miles an hour, Chapman begins his night. Now he will work here in the 9th inning. Whereas Kimbrel came on for the 8th inning. Alex Spear reminding us that Craig Kimbrel has never had a save longer than 4 outs. Kind of to your point, Jerry, about the wisdom of bringing him on in the 8th inning. Did he go? He did. And that's strike 2 on Hanley.
Well, I mean, I get it because they announced that they were going to use him in different ways. But the question is, you know, is he the type of guy that can handle that? You know, and Kimball was so used to seeing him get 3 outs in a clean inning. That may be the way to go.
JD Martinez on deck. Here's the 0-2 to Hanley. Punched foul, 101 miles an hour. Nine runs on a dozen hits for the Yankees. 6 runs, 11 hits for the Sox. And we're in the 9th. He puts him away at 102. Strike 3 to Hanley Ramirez and 1 away in the 9th inning.
Yeah, paints with that fastball at 102 on the outside part of the plate to Hanley Ramirez.
JD Martinez 1 for 3, a base hit. And Bogart's on deck. Red Sox had a 6-5 lead going to the bottom half of the 8th inning, could not hold it. Now trailed by 3. And the 1-0 from Chapman. Tomorrow night, Game 3, the finale of this series, and that'll be a battle of lefties. Eduardo Rodriguez against CC Sabathia. And the Red Sox will move on to Toronto for the last 3 of the road swing. 1-2. Sellout crowd here tonight in New York. 47,088. And the lefties 1-2. Just away at 102 miles an hour. See those triple digits from Chapman, they are commonplace. Bases empty, 1 down, and the Red Sox 9th. Here comes the 2-2. It has been a very long night of baseball. And it looked oh so promising for the Red Sox in that 8th inning. When they went to the bottom of the 8th, up a run. And it began badly with the double by Walker, and with 1 down, Torres took ball 4. Kimbrel came on, and Gardner ripped the 2-run triple. Little Squibber by first base. That's a fair ball. Martinez runs right into Chapman. Now he'll retreat to first base. Judge came up with it. Let's see what the ruling here is.
Well, it could be interference because Chapman didn't get out of the way. Now, I don't know if Martinez was going to be able to make second base.
Interference if the runner and fielder collide while the fielder is attempting to field the ball. The runner is out. Obstruction, of course, when a fielder hinders a base runner, the umpire will signal obstruction. Play is dead, and the runner is awarded at least 1 base past the last base he reached.
Yeah, Chapman's over there just, standing in front of the bag, and Martinez has nowhere to go. Now, if he's thinking about going to second base, which I don't think he would have made it to second base, you're talking about a different story, I believe.
Yep. Obstruction only protects the runner for the amount of time or distance he is deemed to have lost due to obstruction. The feeling was he wasn't going beyond first base. So a base hit, his second tonight, and that brings up Xander Bogaerts, who's had a big night with 3 hits. He's gone 3 for 4. Got to bring the Sox back here, down by 3. And Moreland on deck. Red Sox would love to see him up with a couple of men on. The way he's swinging it, he already has a home run tonight. And the 0-1. Man, can he pop that mitt?
And he's been doing it for a long time. Very consistent with the velocity.
Hits are now even at 12. Martinez at first, and the 0-2. And he left it downstairs at 103. Many fans in the lower bowl on their feet. Nine to 6 New York. Xander in search of his 4th hit tonight. Here's the 1-2. Yankees and Red Sox tied atop the division. Identical 25-10 records. Yankees rallied from 1 down to take a 3-run advantage. The Sox are trying to rally now in the 9th. Against the hardest thrower in baseball.
And one who takes plenty of time between pitches. It's like he's refueling that arm.
Martinez after the base hit, a short lead at first base, 1 down. Here's the 1-2. He hung in there. Ended with a single in the 2nd, a single in the 3rd, a double in the 6th inning, and he has scored twice.
It's hard to believe with these 2 pitching staffs, 24 hits total in the game.
Chapman at last accepts a sign. Here's the 1-2. Two down.
Got him with a bad breaking ball that time, a bad slider, but you're sitting up there and you're thinking about 103, and you see something off speed like that, you're all geared up for the fastball, and it doesn't even have to be a good breaking ball, it can get you.
So it is up to Mitch Moreland to keep hope alive tonight, with a man at first and 2 down in the 9th. Trying to keep the Red Sox from what would be a very painful loss. Moreland, a 2-run homer in the 2nd. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. Nunez on deck. Martinez not being held at first. And strike 1. Two gone, the 0-1 pitch. That ran in and almost got by Sanchez. He had to lunge to glove that 102-mile-an-hour fastball. Hanley with that impressive home run to give the Red Sox the lead in the 7th inning, but it's fallen apart. Runner goes and fouled off. So 1 and 2 on Mitch Moreland. Martinez off to the races again. Here comes the 1-2 from Chapman. He struck him out. That ends the ball game. 9-6 Yankees, and for the Red Sox, that one has to feel like a kick in the stomach. They had the lead late, 4 runs in the 8th inning for the Yankees. They wind up winning it in 3 hours and 42 minutes. And again, out in the final score, 9-6, the Yankees have won the first 2.